Hi, I'm Floyd Teeter, the Emergency Preparedness Coordinator for the South Jordan, Utah North Shore stake of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. If this is your first time with us, welcome. You may want to check out some of the prior videos in order for this one to make sense. If you're a returning visitor, we're glad you're back. Today, we're tackling food storage. As you may recall from earlier videos in this series, food is a big consideration in preparing for the emergencies we're most likely to face here in Daybreak. The first presidency has encouraged us to store food for emergencies. But the thing is, food storage seems to be a big stumbling block for many of us in our emergency preparations. It can be expensive, it requires space to store, and the size of the job is so discouraging that many of us stumble on this point in our emergency preparedness journey and we just give up entirely. It's kind of a whale sandwich. I know it seems insurmountable, but may I suggest to you that the best way to eat a whale sandwich is one bite at a time? Nobody is suggesting that you build up an entire food storage program for your family today. Let's take it incrementally, one bite at a time. We can start small and work our way up, and we can follow the church guidelines to do it. We're considering three different types of food storage: emergency 72-hour packs, short-term food supply, and a long-term food supply. First, we'll get into food for your emergency packs. That's what we're going to do today. In later videos, we'll talk about short-term food supply and a long-term food supply. When you talk about 72-hour packs, it's important to keep in mind the ultimate goal of your emergency 72-hour pack: helping you survive until you can connect with assistance from first responders, church welfare services, local government, etc. So 4 considerations become very important in storing food for your 72-hour pack. It's got to be lightweight, as you may have to carry your pack and maybe other family members' packs too. Minimal space, because you have lots of other things to carry in that pack. Low effort preparation, because your ability to cook may be limited during this time. And shelf life considerations, unless you plan on repacking with fresh PBJ sandwiches very frequently. So let's talk about some possible solutions. Freeze-dried food pouches. They're beloved by backpackers everywhere because they're a light load, they need minimal space, and only need boiling water for preparation. And shelf life ranges from 10 to 25 years. So what's the bad news here? Freeze-dried meals are expensive. If you buy a significant number of meals, say you have a large family, costs can add up pretty quickly. It's the most expensive way to go of the options we have here today. Second, meals ready to eat, also known as MREs. These are favored by the military for personnel in the field because they're a light load, they need minimal space, and they only require hot water. And in fact, most MRE pouches include a heater for the water. So it doesn't get much easier than this. Dump in the water, you're ready to rock. Shelf life runs about 5 years. The downside here, MREs are famous for causing constipation. They're notoriously referred to by military personnel as meals refusing to exit. And that's as deep as I'm going to dive into that subject here. Lifeboat rations. A foiled pack of 9 bars provides 3,600 calories. That is the bare minimum for a person for 3 days. So maybe 2 of these per person, as you don't want to skimp on calorie intake during what will likely be a high stress period. These take up very little space, they're light, and they require 0 preparation. Open the foil, unwrap a bar, and start chewing. Shelf life is about 5 years. Now, they won't excite your taste buds by any stretch of the imagination, but they will keep you going. So that concludes our first chapter on food storage. More to come. In our next video, we'll tackle short-term food storage. Until next time, be smart, be safe, and be ready.